Hello and welcome back to another episode of
Tube Talk.
The Talk of the Tube. That's 2 emails.
How many do you reckon? I reckon tons.
I'll bet on 7.
I'm gonna go like 11.
That was an up. Oh
Go
gosh.
straight.
No, I think that was an update. Okay, never mind. Hop into it.
Okay, 2. Good,
We'll
2.
start off with last week.
Massive coup last week for the watchers of Tube Talk.
Bet of the week. Paid $18.50 and won.
Exactly.
What a
Bet of the
legend,
week.
Dad.
Massive, humongous, enormous. It was good, wasn't it?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. it was
That could
fantastic.
buy like a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it could. No, it was brilliant. It was fantastic. It was $18.50. You know, the followers of Tube Talk, we've had quite a few winners, but usually about $3. So that was a real big payday.
Woohoo!
And we're going to see if we can do something. Well, we'll see if we can get another winner this
Cool.
week.
Well, we've got 3 emails, keep in mind. So, this week we've got 7 runners. From now until the weekend, we've got 5. And then on Wednesday, we've got 2. But the fields for Wednesday haven't been released, but we'll get into that a bit later.
Yes, we will.
We'll start off with this week. On Thursday at Wanganui, race 7, we've got Tiny Temper.
Second up for her preparation was very disappointing first up. We need to see market improvement from her. In saying that, she did gallop particularly well earlier this week with stablemate who is going to be the favourite for the race. She was galloping with him and galloped well. She's drawn inside barrier in the last race at Wanganui, and that is going to be tough because you're probably going to be wanting to get out wide. So we may just have to ride her patiently and then and try and find gaps. We really need to see a big improvement from her. If we don't in the next couple of starts, she may be telling us that she doesn't want to be a racehorse. So it's quite an important start for her on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So that's 4 emails. Just to
I
read out.
reckon it's 5. Was that just a notification?
Maybe it was 5. No, I
think
might be being silly. Okay. Secondly, on Friday at Timaru, race 3, we've got She's Graceful.
So it's almost an exact replica of what happened 2 weeks ago. We had 3 horses racing down at Timaru. We actually had 4. 3 of them are going back there. She's Graceful drew barrier 20 last start, and she's got barrier 20 in this start, which makes it almost impossible for her to win. But she will run because we're trying to teach her the pattern of racing, of getting back and hitting the line. And in her last start, she was 14th on the turn and hit the line well for 5th. So we're going to race and we're going to ride her pretty much the same way, quietly, and getting her to hit the line. And we're going to look for more improvement, but very tough for her. But if she can improve again, her following start, she should be ready to win.
Awesome. Thirdly, race 4 at the same meeting as one we just mentioned. We've got 2 horses in the same race. And
Double header.
And we'll start with Elusive Boxers.
Elusive Boxer is in very good form. Last start, she was taken on in front the whole way, and the other horse stopped, and she stuck on really well for 4th. So we're looking. She's a distinct winning chance. She's drawn out a little bit wide, and look, where she settles will just depend on how she jumps. We're not going to go in with any set mind, but if she gets a nice trip in transit, she's a definite winning chance.
Awesome. And the other... Oh, the printer's starting up.
So thanks.
There you go. The other horse... I don't think we can count that as an email, though.
No, certainly not an email.
The other horse we have in that race is Pinzano. That's an email. 6. Pinzano.
So Pinzano's a really in and out horse,
Oh, no.
and her last start though was actually pretty good. She was running out of her grade. Her best part of her race was actually the last bit. She was just starting to warm into it. She's got an awkward draw again out a little bit, and we're going to just ride her however she's happy. But on her day, if she decides she's going to win, she can win. Both Pinzano and Elusive Boxers have both won races by big margins in the past, and you just got to catch them on the right day. Pinzano more than Elusive Boxers. So I think if we can catch Pinzano on the right day, on Friday, and 3rd up, she should be ready to do something. She's got to be probably longer odds than Elusive Boxers, and she's probably going to be attractive odds, and is a definite chance. She's a definite chance.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I would probably lean for Elusive Boxers slightly over Pinzano just on current form.
Awesome. 5th... I can't say 5thly. Up next, that's 8. What was your guess?
11.
So as long as it doesn't pass.
9. It's now even.
Okay. Place down 9. Okay. Sorry. Fifthly. At Waipā on Sunday, race 1, we've got Frazzle.
Yeah, so Frazzle, we rode her differently as well last start. You know, first up we rode her on the speed, and she just sort of plugged away for 6th without really hitting the line. So last start we rode her back a bit, and it was a much better run. She ran 5th, and she was hitting the line and keen. So she's drawn barrier 2 on Sunday, but it's the first race, and we're just going to let her find her feet. I imagine she'll be midfield or just in front of midfield, nice and relaxed. And as long as that is the case, and she performs as she did last start, I think she's a distinct winning chance. I think she's a definite top 3 chance on Sunday. As long as she just relaxes in the running, hits the line, I can see her in the top 3.
Awesome.
I think it's a nice race for her.
Cool.
And she does seem to like Waipā too.
Mm-hmm. Now, we're moving on. What am I trying to say? Now we're moving on to our Wednesday horses. Both of them are next Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the fields haven't come out yet.
No.
Do you have a note to add on to that? Or?
No, but we'll discuss them anyway,
Okay.
because we know the races they're going into and we know about them.
Yes. So next Wednesday at Pukekohe, we've got 3.
Excuse
I was
me.
going to say Threadle in the Ned.
Thread
In the Needle. Debuting.
So she's had 2 trials this time in for 2 wins. So she enjoys given the tracks, and she's a horse that has just continued to improve. Her first preparation, she ran 3rd in a trial, then 2nd, and now she's winning. So she's going to be in a maiden 1200 at Pukekohe. She is still learning, so we're not going out saying because she's only last 2 trials she's going to win. And in fact, I think she may not win, but I think she'll run very well, and I think she'll learn a lot from it. So we don't know the barrier draws or anything like that yet, but we know she'll handle the track well. We know she's improving all the time and starting to switch onto it, and I think she'll run well. I think she'll run well next Wednesday, without necessarily winning, but has a bright future.
Cool. We also have Beltesta in the Maiden Mile.
Really interesting horse. It's a maiden mile. It's with 12,000. It's got a bonus attached worth 11.5. Nice run first up. Second up, she just was about 10 or 15 lengths behind the second last horse in her race and stormed home for 7th of 15, which got going late. Out of Isabel Mare by Testarossa. Really interesting horse. Has obviously clearly got good ability, but has a few quirks. The mile should suit her as long as she relaxes and doesn't relax too much, so she's a distance behind the field. She should finish it off, and she can win. She's a really interesting horse, and I think she could be quite a smart stayer going forward.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And, sorry, do you have something to add?
No, I was just going to say, bet of the week.
Bet of the week is, I don't actually know this week, so Dad might have to.
I'll tell you. Bet of the week is, it's the steeplechase at Manawatu. It's the maiden steeplechase. And it is, I just forgot the name of the horse as we spoke.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll get there. This is the behind the
Only a
scenes.
5-horse field, and it's King's Deep. Now, King's Deep's form is 0L. L means lost rider. But what happened was it was in the steeplechase last week at Trentham, and I backed it. And it was leading, and it was comfortable, and I just thought to myself, I'm on a winner here. And a horse called Highly Likely that threw the rider at the start of the race, actually ran into the side of him and dislodged the rider halfway through the race, when I thought he just looked really comfortable and was jumping beautifully. He's trained by Paul Nelson, who's a master trainer of jumpers. He didn't really have a race last week, so he's ready to go. It's only a 5-horse field, but I really like him in the first race at Manawatu. Only 5 horses, so I don't know what he paid, maybe $2.50, $3. So it's not the $18 we got last week, but he's a horse I think we can back with a bit of confidence.
There you go. And I think we got, I was going to say, I think it's really good seeing it on the spot. And I just tell our son, Dad, asking if we're allowed to talk about this, and from his smile, I think we are.
Yes, we can talk about it.
Okay, can I say it?
Yes.
So this Saturday,
Yeah.
we are picking up a couple of kittens
We are.
called Rocky and Samson.
We are.
And they're going to be our cats.
Unfortunately, we lost our old boy Doug last month.
Not the boy, the cat.
17. The cat, yes. Our cat, Doug. 17. And we thought we'd be able to wait for a few months without getting animals, but we haven't been able to. So we're getting Rocky and Samson.
And they're pretty cool cats.
They're awesome cats.
And
they're rescue cats, so they've been rescued, their mother died, and they've been hand-reared, and they're about 3 months old. And I intend to bring it up to the office from time
exactly,
to
I was
time.
going to say there's potential they could be in some videos.
Yes, I think we could put them on Tube Talk in the coming weeks.
They could be the mascots.
How does that sound?
Yeah, you don't need a horse for go racing, just have a cat as the mascot.
Rocky and Samson.
We'll introduce them in a few weeks' time, hopefully.
We will, not next week, but in a few weeks.
Yeah, awesome. So,
All right.
that's True Talk for this week.
Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you,
And
Albert.
we'll see everyone next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.